Allegedly, Eniko, you stole that woman's husband. You's a greedy woman. Hart is allegedly on the verge of divorce because Kevin is still paying child support for his kids, and they're out of high school and they're adults now, and he don't need to pay child support anymore, and she want him to keep that money in the house. And I'm like, you's a greedy heifer, because we all know those kids mama struggled with Kevin Hart, was down in the dungeon working 55 jobs while he got his career off the ground. Then he cheated on her with you and left the mama, which he should have been taking care of, to be with you. And now the kids are out of high school. You want him to cut off child support? I'm confused, because I thought child support stopped when the kids are in college. High school, they're not going to college. And even if they were grown, you greedy behind woman, you. So what? He's giving them $30,000 a month. Isn't he worth like over $400 million? So what you're telling me, you greedy heifer, is your husband is worth $400 million, right? I think that's what he's worth. But you're mad that he's giving his kids $30,000 a month, and you want that money to stay in the house to go to your children. You make it make sense to me, you cursed woman, you. Huh? You're really mad that Kevin Hart is giving his kids $30,000 a month, and you want that money to stay in the house as they're grown? Boo boo, I don't care if my kids is 50. But you know what? You know what? I blame the cheating man. That little toad of a man. That little toad. Let Kevin Hart and what was his wife? Beautiful girl, Tori, right? Let this be a lesson to you. Don't you struggle with no man, baby. Because once you struggle with him, he's going to leave you, and he's going to marry the high yellow woman who's going to tell you she's going to divorce you. So you need to stop giving your kids money. Huh? Knowing that this situation has always upset me, okay? Tori, that was the girl name, the first wife, right? Beautiful girl. Struggle with him, right? With the hopes of when he make it, he gonna take care of her. He didn't do it. He left her. So let her children reap the rewards of their mama struggling with their daddy. But you greedy, cursed woman, I really do believe. This is why I never mess with married men. I wasn't interested. I'm not that type. You just disrespected me. If you're trying to talk to me as a married man, I believe if you commit adultery, there's a curse on you. I really do believe that. I believe when you sleep with a person that is married and you help in him or her leaving their marriage, there's a curse on you. And Eniko, she got a curse on her. Because you cannot tell me your husband is worth all that money and he's giving his kids he's out of high school, not college. They're out of high school, which means they might be going to college and he needs to be and you're mad. You want that money to go to your kids, but not to his kids. I hope he divorced you. He needs to just go ahead and divorce. That's resentment right there that you don't want. And of course, all of this is alleged, honey. All of this is alleged. And I know y'all want to do that Monica video, but girl, I only got about 15 minutes. My little boy has tutoring. The state test is coming up, and so we're giving him tutoring. Hint, hint, woman, don't you marry no broke man that can't afford your kids' private school and private tutoring. Okay, one-on-one, not a group. Okay, so that he can be ready for his test. And he just have a little test anxiety. We pray, we believe God, but we also get a test anxiety professional to help him so he could breathe. Okay, hint, hint, ladies. So let's just go ahead and I'm just so upset about this. Of course, this is all alleged. I am just so annoyed. All things VH1 reality, it says Eniko Hart is on the verge of divorce from Kevin Hart following a disagreement over child support payments for his. Why does it say stepchildren? Those are not his stepchildren. Kevin Hart and Hendrix Hart, children of Tory Hart. Those are his children, right? Aren't those his kids? I gotta look this up, child. I don't even remember the story, Lord. I gotta look it up. Okay, help me in the comments. I'm just upset. Okay. It is said. I was just eating some barbecue chicken right before I came on. It is saying because that Kevin stopped the payments, arguing that both are now adults financially independent after completing high school. What child do you know in 2026 is financially independent after completing high school? Okay, fine. Kevin Hart kids, they may be stars, they may be doing stuff. But high school, mama and daddy should still, to me, as long as you are on my health insurance, I'm supposed to take care of you. As long as you're that's age 26. Because see, 26, you don't went to college, you might want to go get your master's, PhD maybe, and I might need to fund you and take care of you. But high school, the curse be upon her child. She's cursed. This is a curse woman. It says she wants the money, about $30K, to go to their younger children, Kenzo and Kaori, who are 5. So they're not getting no money. Huh? What you're telling me is because Kevin Hart is giving $30,000 to his children, your children is not getting no money. Is that what you're telling me? You greedy woman. You sorry excuse for a woman, for a mother. Huh? I'm just so annoyed when I said, what? Huh? They're grown. They're out of high school. Let the money go to my kids. Are your kids missing out on anything? Are they missing meals? Are they not going to private school? What are your children missing out because because Kevin Hart is paying $30,000 a month to his? What are your kids missing out? Huh? You want to tell me he's worth $400 million and your kids are missing out because he's giving those kids $30,000? I just can't. I cannot stand women like this. It upsets me, cousin. Let's go over to TikTok, girl. Let's hurry up because look, Michael has children at 6 o'clock. I'm just, this girl annoy me. Child. I'm just, she just annoyed. She's gross. She's disgustingly gross. Y'all, let me just play the cousins on the TikTok. I just can't. I want that money to go to my kids. Are your kids missing out? Huh? The 2 little high yellow kids you got, are they missing out because he's giving $30,000 to his other children? Greedy, sorry excuse for a woman and a mother. And this is why you're cursed. There's a curse on you. This is why I say I got to ask my doctor for that blood pressure because my blood pressure, they just be upsetting me so, cousin. They just be upsetting me, your cousin Janice.
Let me get this straight.
Go ahead,
so, if this is true,
we don't
Kevin
know.
Hart's second wife wants to divorce him because he's still financially providing for his children with his first wife. Because now that they're out of high school, she feels like that money should be in her house with her kids. Eniko is not a girl's girl. She's not a woman's woman. She ain't even a mama's mama. Because ain't no way in hell a woman who truly loves a man and actually loves his children
Right.
before she came along would be talking about cut off your 18, 19, 20-year old.
Mm.
I'm a mom of a 21-year-old. My son go to work every day. Sometimes he has 2, 3 jobs, but
Mm.
he still, in a lot of ways, depends on me. He still lives in the house, different things like that. Now, I did tell him when you turn 21, you can eat whatever it is I cook, but your extra, your snacks, that's on you. Your
Mm.
toiletries, that's now on you. You're
Mm.
21. You're grown. Let's transition you into adulthood. When I pay this last cell phone bill, he's switching over. He'll be responsible for his own cell phone bill.
Right.
So there are some responsibilities there. However, to allow him to continue to grow in his manhood,
Right.
but to just, I want to know what y'all think. Y'all let me know in the
Girl, I'm
comments
grossed out.
what y'all thinking. If this is
If this
true,
is true.
I'm just gone
I just
sip my tea, honey, because mm, and if he was a wise man, he'd go ahead and let her ass go.
let the divorce her.
Because, ooh,
Divorce
how
her.
you going? I wish somebody would tell my daddy what he should or should not do for me. Because nowadays, let me get this straight. So,
Girl, let me just read this last thing and get off the computer, child. Because I just you can't. I can understand if your kids was missing out on something, but your kids are not missing out on anything. Okay, let's see. Fathers matter. Let's just see what somebody else is saying. This is a men's girl. Let me hear. We don't run with everything the internet throws out there. So let's be clear, nothing has been confirmed by Kevin Hart or Eniko Hart about their marriage. So this isn't about their speculations specifically. Um, but it does open a real conversation what's that's worth having. There's talk that Kevin is giving around 30 a month to his adult children. Out of high school are not adult children. Okay, fine. They're 18, they're adult. But a tip, this is what we've talked about in the black community, throwing out your 18-year-old. Huh. Throwing out your 18-year-old and no, they just got out of high school, they're supposed to stand on their own 2 feet. No, you're supposed to get them soaring. You're supposed to pay for education, pay for graduate school, pay for the doctorate, and help them to buy their first house, help them get in their career established. That's how you break generational curses. Let me read this mess. There's talk that Kevin Hart is giving around 30 a month to his adult children, not traditional child support, still consistent financial support, and allegedly that's creating tension at home. The idea being that the money flowing out to grown kids is money to staying within the household. Now that's where it gets interesting because this isn't really about celebrities. This is about real life. As a father, as husband partners, how do you navigate supporting your children when they're growing, especially when you've built a new household? Is it that's my child? I'm going to support them however I see fit. No discussion. Nope, that should have been talked about. A parent is still going to take care of their kids like a real parent. That's my child. Or when you're married, finances or shares or decisions like that impact the whole. So that should have been a decision before. You should let her know. Listen, I got kids. I'm gonna help them. As long as home is not being bothered, and if your partner has a different perspective, then what? Do you stand for divorce them? Divorce them. And for me, that was another reason I didn't want to marry a man with kids. I just didn't want a man with kids. I have a special needs daughter. And so I have to be very mindful and careful around her. But I'll tell you, my daughter get a check every month. When we first got married, I brought the check to Mike. I was like, here you go. Lexi, get this every month. And he said, babe, put in savings. Put it in savings. Okay. So I wasn't trying to hog her money. Say, oh, this is my no. It ain't but a couple of dollars. No way. Okay. And I give it to my husband and he determines what we're going to do with this money. Okay. Our household expenses is $8,000 a month. Boo boo. That little $2.50 my daughter get can't do nothing. Okay, it might pay the light bill because our light bill last month was like almost $700. But I'm not about to hog $2.50 when this man is paying $8,000 a month to carry this household. Do you understand? Y'all, we've been having issues with the thing going in and out. But anyways, let me get off. Little Michael has to. Let me know what y'all think. This upsets me. This upsets me because it's not like they're living paycheck to paycheck and they're struggling. He's worth millions of dollars. $30,000 a month to his children is absolutely nothing. And again, that is money that is their mother's investment. So if that was me, I would shut my mouth and let those kids reap the investment that their mama put in him since he divorced her to marry you, ho. But because this is what happened when I don't get my rest. Do you see? Okay, I have to get my rest. This is why I don't do videos after work. I'm tired and I need to get my rest. I love you. Let me know what y'all think. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.